So, this is the fourth time that I've tried recording this video. And it's in part because I'm tired, but I've been tired and pushed through things before. I know um, what hard work feels like. Um, but I think I'm really struggling with the the topic for today's chat. And I'm struggling with it because this topic was selected almost 3 months ago. 3 months ago, I decided that I would start a YouTube channel and I would talk about topics that were important to me. Some of them would include my testimony, if you will, and how God has brought me through whatever the topic may have been, with all of the trials and tribulations and victories that He's allowed me to undergo. I wanted a space to be able to share that, to empower other women and girls coming up behind me and alongside me in that way. I also wanted a platform that would enable me to talk about my research, which I just love, and it's so beyond just a dissertation and a checklist for me. Um, my dissertation was on a concept referred to as other mothering, and you can sift back through my first or second video. There aren't very many. They're about, this should be the eighth video if I'm not mistaken, but the first or second one where I talk about other mothering extensively, I just love every bit of it. I love it. It's just beautiful work, independent of me. The concept of it, the history of how Black women have showed up for students within K-12, within higher education, and then in reflection of the women who have touched me in that very way along my academic track. It just is such meaningful work, and so many people are doing the work and they don't even know it. And so I wanted a platform to be able to talk about um, that research and again, as a means of encouraging and empowering women that again don't really know even potentially that they're doing the work, but then also serving as a as a framework, right? Presenting the framework to people who are like, gosh, how do I reach Black kids? How do I reach, children of color? What is it? What's in the sauce? I wanted to create a platform for individuals who were searching for ways that that they could increase connection with their Black students and their Black families and this work. And it was also um, you know my hope to really tap into pulling out the resilience in so many women. Like, so many of us are so resilient, and we have it. Like, we have the things. um you have it in you. Like, you're stronger than you think, and circumstances may cause you to feel like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this, and yet you still get through it. And God is with you. If you acknowledge Him or not, He's with you, and He's the source behind behind it all, behind your ability to continue putting one foot in front of the other. And I wanted a platform to be able to really implore women to recognize just how resilient they are, how resilient you are. And so these topics were selected 3 months ago. And there was no way for, I didn't know that I would also, about a week ago, be presented with discourse with a relative that is really close to me. And I actually didn't mean to say relative. Like this is my fourth cut of this video. It's flowing in a way the other three haven't. Um, and so I'm just gonna keep that there and trust that God wanted that to come out. But I didn't know nor expect there to be such discourse. Yet it happened. And again, this topic was already stipulated for me to talk about today. This is not chance. It's not happenstance. It's not, it didn't just happen. It's not a fluke. It's the Spirit guiding me. And so I'm struggling to even talk about it because I don't want to add salt to the wound. I don't want to increase or expand the discourse. I don't want the person to feel as if this is a personal attack, because it is not. Again, the Spirit had this. God had already indicated this topic before the discourse, like 3 months before the discourse. With that said, the topic for this week and this video is that you need a circle, not a stage. It's important that we have and can identify our circle and not be so consumed with taking center stage. And specifically, it's like, what does that mean? What are you talking about? Specifically, we don't have to compete. There are enough people to serve. I had a business coach, Katarina Rando, out of San Francisco, amazing woman, who taught me that concept 7 years ago. There are enough peeps to serve, she would say, and it stuck with me. There are enough people to serve to where you don't have to be a copycat, right? Like you don't have to take from what God has placed on someone else's genuine heart because you see the fruit or potential fruit of their labor. You see where they're headed, and you feel like you have to compete. You have to get there first. You got to one up them. This crabs in a barrel mentality. Like I don't understand it. It makes me ill. It literally makes me lose my appetite because we are so much stronger together. We are so much as a people. We can do some mighty things together in this. I heard Dr. Cynthia Dillard, who is the author of The Spirit of Our Work, another book that I just love. She talks about how this self-care, and I'm pro self-care, but just follow the point. This like self-care notion is a very Eurocentric, it's a Eurocentric thought. It's a Eurocentric practice because, and she has a school in Ghana, if I'm not mistaken. She's had it for over 20 years. One day I'm gonna get on one of those tours and go out with her. But she talks about how we heal in community. Dr. Bettina Love is one who's mentioned that as well, along with oh, forgive me. Oh, it'll come to me. I'm trying to think of the other scholar who also mentioned, how we heal in community. But my point is just that we don't have to compete. We don't have to compete. There are enough people to serve. And in doing so, like if you're gonna compete, so in doing so, let me finish that thought. it's almost like a slap in the face to God. It's like you don't feel like he's able and capable of giving you your thing, because he's got something for everybody. He has something for everyone, and he wants us to be able to utilize and maximize that which he gave us, not be looking at what you think the next person is doing and try to rain on their parade. One, you can't, if that's your MO, right? You can never fully rain on anyone's parade if that is your MO. God has them, right? So watch your motives. Um, and also we can just accomplish so much more together. So find your circle, find your tribe. I have a girlfriend who talks about having a circle and then having an inner circle. Find your people, lean into them, lean into your village, and your village shifts. That's another point my husband and I have actually been in conversation about for some time, especially recently. Like, there were times in our lives where we had very close friends, and time and distance have somewhat shifted the relationship. So sometimes your village will shift, your circles will shift, but you need them. You need your circles. We heal in community. We don't have to compete against one another. If you are going to compete against anyone, let it be yourself. Like, why don't you set personal goals of, this week I made it to the gym 2 days a week. 2 days this week I've made it to the gym. So maybe you set a personal goal of, okay, next week I'm going to go for 3 days. Maybe I'm going to go for 4 days. Maybe it takes you 12 minutes to run a mile. And the next day you go out to run a mile. You want to beat that speed by, it could just be a second, 5 seconds. Maybe you have a goal of reading a book once a month. And then you find that, you love reading so much and it's expanding your vocabulary and thoughts and, lenses in which you view the world, that you decide, okay, I'm going to read 2 books a month. And then maybe you work to get to reading a book a week. The goal is to compete against yourself, not anyone else. There's enough people to serve. The world needs you to use your talents, your gifts. God wants you to share and spread the light that he's given you by way of all of the things that he's equipped you to do, not anyone else. There's enough people to serve. Stop competing. Come together. And let's function like the village that we are. All right, y'all.